Welcome to News9 Mediaverse, and you're watching On Point with me. Sonia Gandhi has filed a Rajya Sabha nomination from Rajasthan, marking the end of a 5-term Lok Sabha tenure. Sonia, in a political career, has never lost a Lok Sabha election. Now, reports are that Sonia is vacating her seat, Rai Bareli, her constituency, for daughter Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Sonia's actions seemingly, or I would say in spirit, violate the Udaipur declaration of the Congress, which categorically advocated that one family, one ticket, though they had a caveat allowing a second ticket only if the individual has been actively involved in the party work for more than 5 years. But the fact of the matter is that now in the dynasty of the Gandhi, there will be 3 people in both houses of the parliament. 1 in Rajya Sabha and probably in 2 in Lok Sabha. If Rahul gets re-elected from Wayanad and Priyanka gets elected from Rai Bareli. Now, Rahul Gandhi is already an MP, as I said, from Wayanad, Kerala, and Priyanka, if she contests, she becomes the 3rd Gandhi family, as I'm saying. So what happens to the whole issue with which the Congress party has been reeling under, which is Parivarwad, dynasty, and then the whole hubris around the Udaipur session, which was of one family, one ticket, and suddenly you have 3 people, for the first time in the history of the Gandhis itself. You have 3 people, you will have 3 people in the house in 2024 if both Priyanka and Rahul gets elected. It's as if they're immune to the larger narrative which the country is seized of. Dynasty politics is an issue which the Prime Minister has taken up, but there are issues. The candidate for Amethi has not been decided. Rahul Gandhi has not visited Amethi except once during election. It's a clear indication he is not interested. It means that there will be a candidate, someone close from the Gandhi Rajya Parivar from Amethi. On this debate, I am joined by Neera Chaudhary, senior journalist, Daniel Francis, a political analyst, someone who has also worked with the Congress party, and my input editor Brijesh Pandey in the studio. But before that, let me play out the bite of Pawan Khera.
We are very proud and very happy. I come from Rajasthan. It's a matter of great pride and happiness for me that Sonia ji is coming as an MP from my state.
I will miss her. She's one of the most finest and dignified members we have worked with. She carries herself extraordinarily well with class and dignity. She's always spoken in Parliament. Her attendance, her presence has been amazing. She's one of the senior leaders in India who was always in Parliament. She's always very, very punctual. She's there for all important debates. So we will definitely miss her, and I will personally miss her because I sit right behind her. So I've had the privilege and the honor of working with Sonia ji for many years. I wish her all the good luck in the world and the best health, and I will definitely miss her in Lok Sabha.
It's so surprising, Brijesh, that Priyanka was absent for more than 45 days in the entire gamut of Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, and suddenly came this declaration, and you see Priyanka Gandhi in the photo.
Well, what you have just been saying is something which, people have been telling us for quite a while now, that Rahul Gandhi is not very happy with the fact that, if Priyanka Gandhi contests from Rai Bareli, then you have 3 Gandhi members being part of, if both of them gets elected to Lok Sabha, that is, then, 3 Gandhi members will be part of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and that would be playing to the narrative which the BJP tries to push through, that, that the Congress is basically a dynasty party. We also talk about, Priyanka Gandhi being marginalized, or Rahul Gandhi not being very happy, with her ascension, and he wants her to take care of electoral this thing, but not actively
And did you also notice one thing in the rejig? Priyanka is not in charge of any state.
Any state.
Exactly. She is part of the working committee.
But she is not in charge.
Priyanka Gandhi is part of the working committee. Priyanka Gandhi is also lead star campaign in all the states.
But she's not.
But she's not in charge of any state.
Exactly. So I think, that is the reason why, the Congress is also not, right now also there is no confirmation that the seat will go to Priyanka only. This is what being suggested by people, but there is no guarantee right now, as Priyanka Gandhi will contest from Rai Bareli itself. I mean, majority of them are saying that this is the inevitable which will happen or which has to happen. But it'll be very interesting to see whether, the will of Rahul Gandhi prevails, because he's also very, seized of the matter that the dynasty Bab, which the Prime Minister or the BJP keeps on hitting the Gandhi family with, will gain more traction.
Okay, so there are a lot of questions here. I'm joined by Neerja Chaudhary. Daniel Francis also joins me. Madam, my first question to you is that there were continuous signals that Sonia wanted to resign. She hasn't resigned. She has in fact retired to Rajya Sabha. Is there any reason that she doesn't want to leave Rahul alone? One, I mean, so what was the pressure, and why did she choose Rajasthan of all the places?
I think point number one, Sonia Gandhi is not retiring from politics. That she is going into the upper house is a clear indication that it's not quits for her yet. And she is the tallest leader in the Congress party today because of what she did so many years ago in 2004, giving up prime ministership when it was at her doorstep. Now, the reasons for it are, that's another story. But why is she chosen Rajasthan? Because Rajasthan is a state from where, the Congress still has a presence, 70 assembly seats, when people were writing it off and thought, their inner survey showed that they would not get more than 20 to 25 seats. But a fight back by the Congress party, Ashok Gehlot's role, Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot putting up a front of unity, all that helped, and they managed to get 70 seats. So she is obviously comfortable there with the leadership of the Congress in Rajasthan. I suppose more than in the other states. She could have, every state was offering Rajya Sabha to Sonia Gandhi.
Or is it because of the fact that she feels that Rahul's position in the Congress is not secure, because as the former president of the Congress party and with the amended constitution of the Congress, she is part and parcel of every important decision making body?
That is an absolute given. People sometimes, that's a given. Her aim is to secure Rahul's position in the party. Today's number one position. For all practical purposes, he takes all the decisions. And Mallikarjun Kharge, of course, is there, and they have a good relationship, I'm told, Mr. Kharge and Rahul. But at the end of the day, it's Rahul who's, will runs, whose will prevails. And certainly Mrs. Gandhi's aim has been, this is like a bullseye for her, that, this is that Rahul's place in the Congress party, the primacy of that place, and she would not like, she's been reluctant over the years for Priyanka to come in. But Priyanka Gandhi Vadra came in at the instance of Rahul Gandhi when she did. And now she wants to play a parliamentary role. It's a given.
Madam, a long time back, you are right, long time back, I had a conversation with Ambika Soni. And when Sonia was contesting her first Lok Sabha election from South, and she said that Priyanka wanted to come, and Sonia Gandhi told her, don't encourage her. She just got married. So everyone knows that the entry of Priyanka in the Congress is of her own accord. It's of her own insistence, and it's not without reason. I don't know whether you have noticed it or not. She was out of public picture for 45 days after being divested of her portfolio. And for the first time at the place of nomination, she is seen in a photograph. Daniel, are you there with me?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
45 days, Priyanka was not anywhere. She was not seen. And when today the nomination is filed, she is seen. For 45 days, she was outside the public gaze.
There is no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt that Priyanka Gandhi, and I'm saying this with great responsibility, is feeling ignored and feeling misplaced in the Congress party. And it's none other than her own brother who is not making that kind of space for her. I would not want to talk about Sonia Gandhi's choice whether she wants to have her son over her daughter. But I think that after the Lok Sabha elections, the Congress party will eventually get tired of Rahul. And I know of people, responsible people, who think that there's a choice to be made, and the next choice is Priyanka Gandhi. And again, when this whole Sonia Gandhi leaving Rai Bareli, imagine if this is to make place for Priyanka, they are giving an unsafe seat to Priyanka and giving a safe seat to Rahul, while he will fight from Wayanad. Rahul is not coming back to Amethi. And Sonia Gandhi leaving active politics or electoral politics has everything to do with how difficult Uttar Pradesh and large parts of northern India are for the Congress party now. That even Sonia Gandhi's victory cannot be guaranteed.
You stay with me. It's time for a short break. I think you made a very important point. Now the question is whether Amethi is tougher than Rai Bareli, and why Rai Bareli is tougher. A lot of people wouldn't know that the Jais as a constituency is in Rai Bareli, and if there is a Samajwadi Party candidate, there will be division of the Muslim vote there, and the Congress candidate will get 1.5 lakh less vote. But before we dip in, we are counting down to News9's Mega Global Summit. What India thinks today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver the keynote address at the summit. The theme of the summit this year is how India is poised for the next big leap on the global stage. Stay tuned to watch this TV9 Network's initiative on Feb 25th and 26th.
From Fragile 5 to Top 5, from a laggard to a leader, India under Modi has reimagined the world order. Presenting the second edition of TV9, What India Thinks Today. Summit theme, India poised for the next big leap. Listen to Prime Minister Modi unveil his vision for Viksit Bharat at News9 Global Summit, a TV9 network initiative.
So now going back to Daniel, and then I'll go to Nirja Chaudhary. Daniel, are you saying that Rai Bareli is tougher than Amethi today?
No, obviously, Rai Bareli is very tough than Amethi and any other seat for the Congress in the northern belt, and particularly in Uttar Pradesh. And like Rahul Gandhi had left Amethi and gone and contested in Wayanad, Sonia Gandhi now leaves Lok Sabha and goes to the Rajya Sabha. This is I find it very strange that the Congress feels when it comes to the Gandhis that which seats are safe seats and not safe seats, and they are so condescending towards other Congress leaders who say that I don't want to contest because our seats are not safe seats anymore because of the policies or the programs of the party or corruption or other charges. So anyway, that's a different issue. But Rai Bareli is a tough seat. I'm not getting into the details of it. Why wouldn't Akhilesh, want that seat? And what if there is a surge after the Ram Mandir across Uttar Pradesh and parties like the Congress party, which have a very unremarkable presence in the state, can get swept away.
Madam, is there a different life which Priyanka Gandhi you think would acquire if she becomes a Lok Sabha MP from Rai Bareli? It will give her sort of a different sort of a fillip to her career than Rahul?
Yes, to begin with, I would want to endorse this, that there have been 3 groups within the Congress party now. Informal groups, those loyal to Rahul Gandhi. Then Priyanka had started to evolve her own group. That people like the Chhattisgarh former Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, several other people she was, moving with. And I think, of course, Sonia Gandhi's group is the senior Congress leaders who worked with her, like Ambika Soni and others. But Sonia's group was more or less working in tandem with Rahul. Now, Priyanka's formal appearance, as you said, after 45 days of disappearance, is a very significant one. That means that that too at her mother's event. So that shows that, things are opening up for her to stand for a parliamentary seat. Rai Bareli and Amethi are equally tough. But I know Akhilesh Yadav had told people close to him not long ago, even if the Congress does not ask for those seats, we are going to definitely leave those 2 seats for the Congress, even if there's no seat adjustment. That is worked out. I think they are well on their way now to work out seat adjustment. The other 9 seats may be all, not winning ones. That is the grouse of the Congress. But then the Congress doesn't have a presence in many seats at all, if truth be told. In Uttar Pradesh, they are they're almost decimated.
Okay,
but the fact is, does Priyanka Gandhi become a factor? Does she, bounce as a possible face of the Congress in place of Rahul? That is something to be watched. Rahul has not clicked as a prime ministerial candidate against Narendra Modi. People see him as a very sincere person, good person, meaning well, etc. Will Priyanka be accepted in that kind of a role? How will people react to her? Will she remind them of Indira Gandhi when 65% of Indians under 35 may not even remember Indira Gandhi? Does that have relevance? So it throws up many questions, but how will people of India, people of Uttar Pradesh respond to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra? That is the big question.
I want to ask you one thing. The biggest criticism of Samajwadi Party in Daniel, I'll come to you, was Chacha Bhatija Tauji ki party hai. Within the Gandhis, you always had one Gandhi in the system, and they would be outside. After Panditji's death, it was Indira Gandhi, and during Panditji's tenure, Indira Gandhi had a profile, but he was a colossus. But after that, there was only one person in the system, then came 2 people in the system. Now you have Ma, you have Beta, and you have Beti also in future, if that happens. And then you have the entire focus of the Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister on Parivarwad. So I am reversing this question for you, madam. It seems as if that the issue of dynasty doesn't make a difference to them. They are not taking that charge seriously. That it's hurting the party.
Look, the dynasty is an issue in this election. Narendra Modi has made it an issue. It is an issue with the millennials, with the younger voters, definitely. Because they want things to be done on merit, many of them. Caste is a factor. This is not to deny that. But, and the Gandhi family has been the Gangotri of dynastic politics. Today, it's all pervasive. There are parties around dynasty. So, will the Gandhi family, the charges against the Gandhi family strengthen? Maybe a little bit if Priyanka comes. Instead of 2, there are 3. But even if she did not come, the charge of dynasty against them will remain. So, I suppose they may have calculated, it would make little difference to the existing situation.
But formally,
and it may give them more dividends.
More dividends. But, Daniel, it will also now completely, there is a 3-party system in the Congress party. You'll have a 3-party system in the legislative, which is the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, parliamentary wing. Priyanka was exerting pressure within the organization. Now, her being in the Lok Sabha, if I say that she wins Rai Bareli, there will be formally 3 power structures in the Congress. Sonia, Rahul and Priyanka.
The only difference of this power structure is that Priyanka is struggling like many other congressmen in the party to get her due. That's the only structure, and she's fighting.
You are using the word due, Daniel. Due.
Yes, due.
You're saying that she deserves it.
Also, I'm saying, no, I'm not saying due. Due she deserves as a daughter, because this is a family-run party. This is a family wealth. It's a family property. So in that family property, the daughter and the son should get equal place. and it's also its competition that the son is not performing well. For how long, the party or the family will wait for him to perform? So the other sibling is definitely getting restless. There's no question about
So
it.
are
This
you
is a
saying
fact.
this is a sign of exasperation? Are you saying this
Yes,
is a sign of
this is a
exasperation?
sign
Let
of
me be very blunt.
exasperation. I have my doubt whether she will contest from Rai Bareli. If Rai Bareli is a tough seat, because she doesn't want to go on the chopping block. If she takes it up and she wins it and wants
Are
to,
you saying it's Amethi? It's Amethi?
it can be anything. It can be anything. See, she has been a political manager for both these seats. She has been a political manager for both these seats. But I
But the
really
things have
don't
changed.
know.
The entire team, which was built by Sonia and Priyanka from Kishori Lal, I don't want to get into those names, that's getting too intimate with that. They were all removed by Rahul Gandhi. She doesn't have a
No,
team in
Rahul
Rai
Gandhi has
Bareli
removed
Amethi.
many, not the Kishori Lal, he's removed every other person who has, or shown the door to every other person who was important or could make a difference to this party. There's no question about it. And second thing is that Rahul Gandhi's ability to win elections or re-energize the party. The Congress Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, what it has to do with elections today. You are going through states where you do not have a single MP, and your organizations are almost stunted and dead. Suddenly Congress party's activation on the ground has nothing to do with either re-energizing its own party, giving it new life,
Okay.
or throwing a new agenda in front of the people. Rahul Gandhi is just trying to say that Modi is evil and I am good, and so you have to choose me. But that's not enough to do this. And forget about elections. The state of the Congress party is unimaginable. Can you write? Could anybody imagine 10 years ago that the Congress party will look in such a state in 10 years?
No,
A
no,
party that
absolutely. I know how many leaders from Maharashtra, Daniel, have left the Congress party. It's unimaginable. Milind Devra is becoming
we
MP.
all the time, Karthikeya, we all the time analyze the rise of Modi and the resurgence of the BJP and these factors and the Modi government and the Modi era and things like that. But on contrast, the fall of the Congress is actually the biggest political news.
Okay. Yeah.
And at
Okay.
the center
That's a
of
very
it
good
is
point.
Rahul.
That's a very good point. I think that's another way of seeing it. Let me get in Neerja Chaudhary on this. Neerja, when we talk about the fall of the Congress, are we talking about the fall of the Congress as an organization or decline of Gandhi's as a political force in the country?
I think both. Decline of the organization, which is a very serious affair, particularly in states of the Hindi heartland, and also large states. Of course, Tamil Nadu went a long time ago, West Bengal. Maharashtra is the state which is really on the radar of the BJP. That's where they would now like to strike next. So how does Congress, after Ashok Chavan's exit, keep its flock together and become aggressive with a action plan? We don't know what NCP is going to do, Sharad Pawar's NCP. But certainly, to answer your question, since the Gandhis have not been able to take their party to victory and they've had a leadership role, certainly their winning spree has been viewed with skepticism. And when you're not able to win elections for your party, people then don't listen to you. And as I say, the organizational base of until the Congress grapples with the loss of support in Uttar Pradesh, where it once used to rule, it'll be very difficult its comeback. And I remember from 2003 onwards, Mrs. Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi used to wring her hands in helplessness. What to do about UP? How to revive UP? And they're still talking the same language. How to revive UP?
Madam,
And you've had the BJP in 2013 had 10 Lok Sabha seats. By 2014, had gone up to 71.
Absolutely. And there is one thing which I would like to, before I close my program, and Daniel, you'll get a minute from me. Swatantra Party was formed in 1959. 3 Lok Sabha election, it was over after Indira Gandhi. You are saying, and I completely agree, that the decline of the Congress is a bigger story. 1 minute to you, Daniel. What has caused this decline?
definitely nobody can sum it up in 1 minute, but if I can, I would say that the Congress party lost its path ideologically, policy-wise, fell in the trap of corruption. Leadership started distancing itself from the party rather than repairing it in time of crisis. And I'll tell you one thing, that 2014 was, I think it was supposed to happen because the UPA 2 was such a bad government, such an unpopular government. But to trust a leader on a mature democracy, now after 75 years I'm saying it's a mature democracy. Mature democracy like India, again and again and again, when in a presidential style he's been rejected by the people, the Congress party has no shame left in them that they are not reading what is written on the wall. They are trusting a person who's been rejected. People are still voting for the Congress, not in large number, but they are still voting for the Congress. And those voters have to be heard. Those aspirations have to be met. If you go to any mature democracy, if a person A is fighting B and B loses the elections,
Correct.
his party replaces him. I am telling you, if LK Advani would have tried to come back in 2014 as Prime Ministerial candidate, BJP would have split.
Correct. I think the bottom line is that what has happened today is, I know this was slight diversion from the main discussion because now Sonia retires to Rajya Sabha. Thank you, Nija Chaudhary. Thank you, Daniel Francis. Thank you, Brijesh. Bottom line here is that opposition is required. People will vote for the Congress. Maybe they are voting against Rahul Gandhi's leadership. But for Priyanka to come in, she is going to change a lot of things. Priyanka cannot be evaluated just on the basis of what she did in UP as General Secretary. It's a different ball game. She has done little in Himachal Pradesh and the Congress is in power there. But then Priyanka will really need to be, I would say, really need to test herself in the real politics, and she will be tested in real politics, because to be number 2, number 3 is one thing, but to be out there as a leader will be a different thing. But then Sonia, despite saying she wants it out, she stays in. Thank you all of you for joining On Point with me. Thank you.
20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
Bangalore traffic is an example of something that has gone wrong with our system.
We have more than 50 flyovers in Bangalore city. If flyover is a solution to traffic problem, Bangalore should not have traffic problem.
According to TomTom Traffic Index 2022, Bangalore is ranked as the second worst city in the world when it comes to traffic.
The speed limit at the ORR is 80 kilometers per hour, but our vehicle has only moved 10 kilometers per hour.
What Bangalore needs is a surgery, but what we have been offered repeatedly